Yo, what's going on, guys? Rank here. Hope you guys are having an amazing day so far. We are back in the streets of Solana, and today I'll be bringing you guys part 3 of my 1 to 10 soul challenge. You guys have absolutely been killing it, man. Thank you guys so much for 100 subscribers. We did hit that after last video, but still over 80% of you guys are not subscribed. So if you are not yet subscribed, scroll down, hit the subscribe button down below. It's completely free, and you can change your mind at any time if you wanted to. But without further ado, let's get into the 1 to 10 soul challenge.
I am so ready.
So after last video, the first play I made was selling my Medusa. These began to pump and I sold around mid pump for 1.37. I bought into these for 0.85, so a smooth little 0.5 profit is not too bad considering I held these for like a day. Since that pump, these did fall back to around that 1.2 range, so I'm kind of happy with when I sold. Although these did pump to a 1.8, man, I'm not gonna get too greedy. I'm just gonna secure my profits. All right, guys, so the next play I made was I ended up flooring my 2 Marshys. I had 2 of them and I bought in for around 0.2. I think I sold one for 0.099, the other one for like a 0.135. Yeah, I sold this guy right here for 0.135. As you see, the next guy even sold for a loss, so you know this project's not looking too hot. And then this is my other one. I sold it for 0.096969696969. Had to do it for the meme.
Oh my god, you're so funny.
So ultimately, yeah, that was a nice little L, man. These just completely flopped. Floor is currently at 0.07, man, so it could have been $2 worse. And I'm not gonna lie, I completely liquidated my portfolio after last video. I know I said I was gonna hold them, but they were not moving in all honesty. And guys, I put the capital L in liquidating after last video, man. Just wait till we get into it. So these Metagalactus were a 0.1 min. I honestly just floored all 3 of them for 0.07 and they moved. There's just no point. These literally are not doing anything. They're still sitting at that 0.07 range. So there's no point to sit on these and wait for them to go up because it's most likely never gonna happen. So after flooring the 3 that I had, it was literally like a $4 loss, so I'm not pressed about it at all. But honestly, I was tired of looking at them, man. These just had to go. So next project I have up is these last apes. I picked up one of these for 0.42, but then I realized this is probably a little bit longer of a hold since it is a metaverse play. I think they're trying to get some sandbox integration, so honestly, if they can do that, I see these moving long term. But as you see here, I bought it for 0.42 and sold for 0.57. I know it's pretty stupid considering that's only a 0.1 soul gain probably after fees, but considering where they're sitting at now at that 0.35, I'm not too mad about that decision. Yeah, honestly, there's not too much to these. There were some bullish announcements originally which caused me to buy them, as well as the volume looked pretty good. But like I said, I'm pretty happy that I got rid of it when I did to at least secure that little bit of profit. So next thing I picked up was these Holo Tabs. This is another one of those metaverse plays that's like suites or lofts, and all these metaverse plays are long-term holds, so you have to keep that in mind. I heard that this team had some announcements incoming, which is why I picked one of these up to look for a flip post announcement, and I was honestly pretty happy with my flip. As you see, I picked up one for 0.94. And Emmy had an issue to where you couldn't see these in your wallet, so paper hands couldn't list, and these ended up pumping to 1.6. But unfortunately, I was one of those people that couldn't see my NFT in my wallet. So of course, after Magic Eden fixed the problem, these completely dipped from that 1.6 and ended up dropping to like around a 1.3 to 1.2. So I was still able to get a little bit of profit and sold for a 1.275 from that 0.94 buy-in, so I can't complain about that. That's a nice little 0.3 gain after fees, give or take. Yeah, these little flips may seem kind of pointless, but at least we're in the profits. Definitely better than taking a loss. These are now back at that 1.6 range, and I could have sold a little bit later and made that extra $20-30. But honestly, I would have rather just took that quick 0.3 after a couple hour hold and just reinvest, because in these flipping challenges, you honestly want to get these NFTs off as quick as possible. Especially being in a bear market, NFTs are way more volatile now. All right, guys, new day, same video, but we're gonna pick up where we left off. I picked up one of these Undead Apes, and I was a complete dumbass when it came to this project. This was literally like a 0.1 mint, and this team literally had like 10 followers on Twitter and like 18 people in the Discord when it first launched, and I only minted one when I had the opportunity to mint so many more. I picked up this guy right here, and if you guys see, it's listed for 2 soul. Again, mint was really low, like 0.05, so I literally sold it for a little over 0.1. What? So yeah, I'm a complete idiot for paper handing a 0.1 mint. For the first time I listened to the FUD, it ends up screwing me over. This is why I never listen to the FUD. I had the opportunity to make like a 20x and 100x if I minted more. But you know, this was a big bag fumble on my part. And I honestly don't even want to talk about this project anymore. It just leaves such a bitter taste in my mouth. All right, so next up we have this project called Bugbears. Basically, this was a project that gave rev share to its holders. And for it being a small collection of only 555, the rev share was apparently pretty good. But the dev team behind this project is a Ukrainian-based team, and with all the tragedies happening in Ukraine right now, this caused them to really have to step away from the project for a little while. This ultimately caused the floor price to dip from that 4 to 5 range all the way to under 1 sol. I did pick up one of these a little high at 1.55, but as you see, they are sitting at that 3 sol right now. The dev team is slowly starting to come back and implement the utilities that they had prior to the war. Now they're back up to that 3 sol floor price. The artwork's really unique, as you see here. I do like the 8-bit style. I picked this guy up for 1.55 and sold for around 2.5, so I'm honestly very happy with that profit. Next up, we got the Meta Ape Elite Club that I was holding from last video. As you see, these are still sitting at that 0.65 range and they haven't really done anything. I did have 2 of these, so I did take a 0.3 loss on each, so that was about a 0.6 loss. Floor honestly isn't too bad, but these are just not moving, man. Like I said, they've been sitting at that 0.6 to 0.7 range for weeks. I don't know if the dev team has any upcoming announcements in the near future that could pump this project, because once I sold this project, I stopped following it completely. And when I said earlier in the video about that capital L and liquidate, man, I mean it. I took another L on these. I bought these pretty high at 1.3 and I ended up selling at a nice loss for 0.85. These are now sitting at a 1 sol range, so honestly, like I said, they haven't really been moving very much. It's not enough for me to make my money back. So considering that this is a sol flipping challenge and we want that liquidity as soon as possible, I just decided to flip it, take that little loss so I can reinvest into something that can make me that money. And like I said on Meta Apes Elite Club, don't know if these have any upcoming announcements either. Like I said, once I sold, I stopped following the project. Alright, so next up, I picked up a Meta Ops profile picture on secondary. I picked up this guy right here for a 1.3. They're supposed to have a bullish announcement, which is kind of why I picked it up. I was hoping that announcement would cause a pump. It did pump a little bit, but honestly started dumping pretty fast. So I ended up just getting out at that 1.46. So honestly, probably didn't profit too much, 0.1 if anything after fees. But considering what the floor price is at right now at that 1.1, I'm kind of glad I got out when I did. Alright, so now what I have in my wallet, the first thing I have is Yoko crew. I'm not sure if that's how you pronounce it. So basically they had an announcement that they were having staking missions, so I was hoping that could bump the floor price back up a little bit. I bought in at 1.42, but I bought in a little bit higher than the floor because it was a rank 50, pretty close to the floor price. And since buying, the floor has dropped from that 1.2 floor price to about a 1, and that 1 sol floor is looking pretty hefty, not gonna lie. But it is a really small collection. You see 999 with 89 listed, so it's not too bad. Considering these were sitting at a floor price around 3 to 4 at one point, I'm hoping that they can make that run back. But I really do like the artwork, and the staking missions are pretty cool. And the tokenomics for a 1 sol floor project aren't too bad at all. So like I said in the last video, I'll probably hold these for a little while to see if they make a little run, and if not, I'll just floor it just to make that little liquidity back and try to make up for that loss. And last but not least, I picked up 7 of these Falcons. I know I said 7 and there's only 6 showing right here, but I ended up selling one of my comments for 0.1. This is another free mint that dropped yesterday, but I did unfortunately have to pick all these up off secondary. These were moving like crazy. Keep in mind that most of these were moving for under 0.1, so to have 132 volume is pretty crazy. So for the 6 that I'm holding now, I'm pretty sure I had an average buy in like 0.07. This is a team that's been working for a while, and the artwork is honestly pretty fire for a free mint. I think I'm honestly just so strung up on taking the L on Undead Apes, since they literally were a free mint that pumped a 1 sol. So I'm really hoping that after they drop that roadmap, they can make a little run like Undead Apes did. Alright guys, now it's the moment you've all been waiting for. Are we up from last video, or are we down from last video? Let's check it out. So as you see, there's about a 1.6 sol total floor value for all the NFTs I currently have in my wallet. So you see we have 3.7 sol sitting in our wallet currently, combined with that 1.6 total floor value. That means we are currently sitting at 5.3 Solana. We're up about 1 sol from last week's video, so honestly can't complain about that. That's pretty solid for a week, especially with this much liquidity. It's definitely a lot harder to make profits with a little bit of liquidity we have with the current state of the NFT market. Current bear market has honestly killed the mint and flip meta that we've seen in the past. I think I only tried to mint 1 project this week, and that was the Mary Janes for 4.2 sol, but the bot sold me and we took a L on those. Unfortunately, that would have been a nice 2x that probably would have wrapped up this series for us. But you know, it is what it is. We're a little bit over halfway done with the 1 to 10 sol challenge, so not too bad. But yeah guys, that's gonna be it for this video. I hope you guys enjoyed it, man. I love bringing you guys these 1 to 10 sol challenges. This is honestly probably my favorite series to do. And if you did enjoy this as well, make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. This really shows me that you guys are enjoying this content. My Twitter's in the description box down below if you guys want to stay up to date with me on there. But yeah guys, with that being said, it's ranked and I'm out.